Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your June 2023 Tarotscope readings for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use your North Node in readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is like your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience. And so you have much more in common with those that share your North Node by sign and house as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. Now, you're going to want to watch two readings. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house because they're both relevant. If you're unfamiliar with your North Node, there's going to be a link in the description box below so you could look up and find out some more information. So I am going to connect to the energies and then we can begin the reading. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Libra or North Node in the 7th house. This is going to be your June 2023 Tarotscope reading. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and this side represents the 16th of the month to the end. Now, the overall theme card that popped out for you is the Hanged Man reversed. And when I saw this card, what really struck me was the overall theme for you is its perspective in your life, which is super important. And I feel like there's going to be, so this month for you, June 2023, is all about perspective and seeing things in a new way. That's what the hangman signifies. It's looking at things and also looking at ways where you can function in life through the imagination, through the thought processes, as opposed to physically having to do and go about your life. But let's talk about perspective for a minute. So the first half of the month, on your timeline card, you have the Hierophant reversed, you've got the Knight of Wands reversed, and you've got the Queen of Swords reversed. Now, what I'm feeling for you is I'm feeling that this is going to work out in two ways, with two different sets of people that have this North Node, or in Libra or the 7th house. These are going to be physical people in your life. Oh, and it also is going to be situations. So starting off with the Hierophant, okay, I'm feeling like a lot of you, there's been this huge push in your life to see your personal philosophy of life. Like, we all have a personal way of being and philosophy and thought process, which the Hierophant signifies. And you're seeing things and beginning to see things in a new way, in ways that are not your traditional patterns. So I'm seeing breaking traditional patterns. Also, what I'm seeing is that this could be either or, okay, so and or this could also be a person in your life that is someone in authority. Particularly, it could be a parent or someone older or even a friend, but it could we're talking about like bosses, supervisors, professors, even like doctors, lawyers, but someone in a position of authority in your life, and you are seeing things in a new way. You're going to be beginning to see things in a new way, and so are they. Now, moving on to the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Swords, both reversed. Again, I feel like these are people, so I can see like that there is someone in your life that most likely is a fire sign. So in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Um, so yeah, I see that, this is someone that is a fire sign, and there's something that, regarding you're looking at the relationship in a new way. I also see this as being an energetic thing. So some of you may be dealing with, issues regarding energy and physical energy, like your own physical energy or someone else's physical energy. Um, and again, like I said, this is you're seeing things in all of these situations in new ways, hopefully, and that's going to give you the opportunity to really move in a new direction and do things in a new way, which can be like a game changer with you. There also could be with any of these, like with these people that I'm seeing, if they are people, you could be dealing with some sort of conflict that is either in the past or ongoing or will come up. But as I said, I think that what you're starting to see is in your mind, you're going to be making changes in how you have traditionally dealt with situations like this. Now, the Queen of Swords, again, I feel like it's a person that someone who is could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, um, and I feel like it doesn't. It could be any sex, any gender, um, but again, someone that this is someone that you might be like highly intellectual, or somebody that really is like I say, like mind first as opposed to heart first, and it's a situation to where, because really what this is, when you really think about it, with your North Node in Libra or the seventh house, the the Libra North Node is all about our relationship with others. And, like Aries is about the self, and Libra in the seventh house is about the other. So it makes sense that like you're really learning the most throughout your life with relationships with other people. And so like that's why I'm seeing this come in, because I feel like that's going to be the greatest where you begin to see these new perspectives coming out. Now, the energy for this is again, this could be maybe um, looking at something in a less intellectual way, like you approaching a situation in a less intellectual way, and more coming from your heart, or coming from a place of like groundedness type of a thing. So I feel like it's going to be a blend. There's going to be these people things and also the energetic things, and you're going to start to deal with this first two weeks. Just remember in this, as you navigate June, especially the first 2 weeks, remember that it is all about perspective, and can you see things in a new way, and again, like see the other side of a situation, the other side of a person type of a thing. Now, your two advice cards here are the Queen of Pentacles, and you've got the Knight of Swords. And really what this is the advice is moving forward um, in this new thought process that's trying to emerge. Like that's what the Knight is saying. The Knight is saying, okay, take this and run with it. Take these newfound insights, these newfound, even gifts, let's say, and new ways of doing things and like running with it. And at the same time, what you're going to see is with this Queen of Pentacles is you're doing it in a grounded and methodical way. And what I'm seeing through all of this, like at the end of 2 weeks, the other question to ask yourself is, do I see new value in my life? If these are situations with people and these are actual people, am I seeing a new value in these relationships and in the way that I deal with these relationships, So it's seeing the value in that, because it's really hard when you're coming from, an Aries South Node or first house South Node to really put yourself in the place of others or seeing the other side of a situation. And part of doing that is like, you could do it, right? And then if you don't see the value in doing that, it's kind of hard to stick with it. Like someone says, okay, why don't you do it this way? And you're like, okay, but then you really don't see the value of it. And so that's what this is really saying, is that these first 2 weeks, you're not only going to see this new perspective, but you're going to see the value in implementing this new perspective that you have. Now, going on to the second half of the month, your timeline cards are the Four of Pentacles. You've got the Six of Cups reversed, and you've got the Five of Wands. Now, what I'm seeing here for the second half of the month is something a little different. We're still looking at the perspective. And I just want to add too, this with the Hangman reversed, there could be an issue with some of you of maybe not being able to see new perspective, and that's something that's opening up. Many of you are going to be on different like wavelengths when it comes to this, but it's still all about perspective, okay? But going on here to the second half of the month, I'm seeing that there's a situation that is from your past, and it's an emotional situation that there may have been conflict or some sort of a disagreement that you had to deal with this situation and person or people. It could involve money or property or things of value. It also might not involve that necessarily, but it also could be with this Four of Pentacles. Almost like you feeling like this was taking away from you as a person, because the Four of Pentacles here, it means all these cards are very multi-layered and multi-dimensional, but this is also what is close to your heart, what you personally value, what your beliefs are. These are things of value. So this situation, I do believe that it's something that could be coming up back into your consciousness and life the second half of June. But I feel like it's stemming from the past. There could be, fresh, for some of you, fresh conflict that is a result of this, or it could just be remembering the conflict, and it's something that's fresh in your mind. Okay, but here's the key. Again, we're seeing things in a new perspective. So what are the advice cards for you? Okay, you've got the Seven of Cups reversed, and you've got the Three of Wands reversed. Okay. Interesting. These are also cards of perspective in a way. Starting with the Three of Wands, traditionally this card is, seeing things from a higher perspective and planning for the future, like looking out and making your focus wide, like planning for the future, seeing things from like a higher perspective. And it's reversed, okay? The Seven of Cups is a card also of perspective, but it's a card of perspective of choice. Like, how am I looking at all of these emotional choices? See, this is normally is emotional choices, but in this case, it is like a situation. Am I going to look at it like there's many, many different ways and perspectives to look at a situation? And what this is really telling me for you is, regarding this situation that is older, this maybe an older conflict that is coming back up again into your life or consciousness, is to see things from the present moment. See things not from, because this is not only looking to the future, but this could be daydreaming and looking and, from at the past. Okay. And it's saying focus on the here and now, kind of like what is done, it happened, and now it's time to look at things, in the present moment, and that will help with the confusion, because there could be lots of different feelings that you have about this situation. And so you're really being told to kind of like look at it from a new way and kind of bring it down into the present moment to see where you're at, and not looking at the past and what has happened, but looking at it like kind of with fresh eyes, you might say. But yeah, this whole month is about perspective for you. And the more, it's a good thing. I just want to also add that when we see things in our life in a new way, even if it's a way that we may have been wrong about something, it's a huge like step forward. Like the universe really really values that, and actually like encourages you and kind of rewards you when we're able to do that. It's not comfortable sometimes, but really it is a great thing when you think about it. It's like saying, and I've tried to train myself to be in the habit of like when I get something wrong or I'm seeing things in a new way, I'm like, okay, I did what I did with based on that information. And really, when you think about it, what are we right about all the time? Or how do we, when we saw the world in a certain way when we were, 10 years old, then when we were 20 years old, we saw it in a different way, and so on and so on. As time goes on, we see things with a new perspective. And it's usually a better perspective because we have like kind of the wisdom of experience. And so that's all this is saying, is just like, whatever happened, we tend to like snapshot things, like something that happened 10 years ago with our brother or sister or whatever, we snapshot it and say, okay, that's what it is. But then like, remember, everything is growing. Everyone is growing, and situations are like evolving. So it's important not to frame it in like an old way. That's really what all this is saying. So yeah, a busy month. Just remember that you are learning from your relationships in life. Okay, that's what this is about for you with this North Node. Learning from other people. They're like mirrors. Relationships are like mirrors. And don't be afraid to look in the mirror and say, hey, I love this about myself. I don't love this as much, and be willing to just like see the new perspective in things. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you would like a personal reading, there's going to be a link in the description box below. And also, if you want to reach out to me in the comments, any questions, I'd love to answer them. Just say hi. It helps out the channel. So please do so if you feel inclined. So thanks again, and we'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.